Hey everybody, it's Janice with Creating Through Chaos. I'm going to start this project off with this birdhouse that I got at Walmart. And I am just going to start by painting the roof eaves with some black paint. And I just did both sides. And I'm just using acrylic paint. Once I have the roof all painted, I am going to paint the body of the birdhouse with some white acrylic paint. And this is just a quick coat, just so that it has something to cover the background when I place the paper or fabric over it that I'm going to use. So just a quick coat of the white paint, making sure I don't get any on the black. Then I had this bee fabric that I believe I got at Dollar Tree. And I am going to lay it on my birdhouse. I already have a part of it cut out. And then I'm just going to kind of put it up to the top and run a pencil across it to cut out where the roof peaks. So I'm just going to cut that off. Once I have it all cut to size, I am going to take some Mod Podge and run it along the whole birdhouse itself. And as you can see, I'm just doing a quick thin layer, as I'll be adding more after. So once I had that whole layer on there, I'm going to start by laying down my fabric. And I should have ironed it first because this bottom piece kept folding up on me, but that's okay. We learn as we go. So I'm just going to kind of place it where I want it, make sure that it's all where it should be. As you can see, the bottom kept pulling up on me. And I was getting frustrated because I should have ironed it first, but I was already this deep into it, and I didn't realize that I cut right on a fold. So I'm just going to add some more Mod Podge to the bottom there. And then, in hindsight, I would have Mod Podged the outside of this all right here, but I didn't end up doing that. So I'm going to let that dry, and I would have done the coat of Mod Podge at this point, but I'm going to move on to the next step. I'll let that fully dry, and I'm going to take this home cutout, and this is also from Walmart. I'm going to give it a coat of yellow paint, and I just picked out a yellow that matched the bee fabric that I had on there already. So I just kind of took my fabric and went up to my paints and just lined it up and saw what color fit best. So I'm going to set that aside, and this is the part where I should have Mod Podged first, and I didn't. So now I'm going to just use an X-Acto knife and start cutting out the excess fabric that was on the center where the little birdhouse hole is and along the edges. And if I had Mod Podged, this process probably would have went a lot quicker, but I didn't, so my suggestion is to Mod Podge. So I did end up cutting it out, and then I did end up Mod Podging over it so that I could fix my cuts because the fabric started to fray, and when I put the Mod Podge on, it doesn't fray. So a tip from my mistake is make sure you Mod Podge first. So once I had that all cut out, like I said, I put a coat of Mod Podge on, but if you had done that first, you wouldn't need to do that. So finally, once that was all dry, I'm going to take this home sign and I'm going to glue it to the bottom of the birdhouse. So I'm just going to put some glue on, and I kind of marked out where the letters would be on the bottom, so I knew where to put the glue. And I'm going to stand it up while I do this so that it will stand on its own without any help, and I don't need to add anything extra. So the way I held it was so that when it glued, it would stand on its own. Then I'm going to take this yellow rickrack, and I'm going to run that right across the eaves of my house. So I'm just going to run a bead of glue right there, and then just glue the rickrack down. And I'm going to do this on both sides, making sure that it was all even and that the peak was just one of the round pieces of the rickrack. And then I'm going to let that dry up a little bit, and then I'm going to cut off the excess. And so just trim off those little excess pieces and then add a little glue on the ends if needed. And then once I had that all glued on, I had these little bees. They were buttons, and I believe I got them at either Hobby Lobby or Joann's. And I'm going to cut off the hole on the back where the, string would go in for the button. And I'm going to put one on the home sign, right in between the O and the M, and then another one right where the birdhouse opening is. And that is it. This project is done. I think this turned out absolutely adorable. I love all the bright colors. this was a quick and fun project that I absolutely love. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this project. I hope it inspires you to make one. And as always, don't forget to spread the chaos.